Very next breath, sweep the arms overhead and rise. And slowly we bring the arms out to the side, open the chest. And very next exhalation, we're giving ourselves a hug, cross the elbows and maybe round. Entire inhalation, plant the sitting bones on the floor, open chest. Exhalation, cross the arms the other way, pull the belly in, tuck the chin. Again, if this is nice, let your body round. Inhalation, we open back up. Exhalation, your right leg in front or whichever leg is in front, the same arm go under. We might take a wrap with the eagle arms. We might continue with the hug. And the very next inhalation, pushing the sitting bones on the floor, reach the fingertips toward the ceiling. Exhalation, spread the forearms. Bring the elbows in, tuck the chin. Inhalation, pushing the hips back onto the floor. Let the upper body rise, elbows and maybe fingertips toward the ceiling. Exhalation, elbows in, spread the forearms, fold. Let's go there 2 more times. Inhalation, we rise. Exhalation, round and fold. Very last one, inhalation, rise. Exhalation, fold, and if you like, stay. And slowly lower the fingertips toward the floor. We're untying the knots behind us between the shoulder blades. Slowly, we relax the wrapping of the arms. Now place the hands behind us and lean back. Lift the chest or maybe pushing onto both hands, lift the hip. Allow that hip to do some wiggle from side to side. And slowly we lower back onto the hips and just roll onto one side or however you like to get onto our hands and knees. And from here, we tuck the toes, lift the hip. Let's make our way straight to our down dog. Pedal the feet, let that hip wiggle in the air. Gaze might be toward your toes. And keep drawing the belly button in. We're just spending some time to take the weight off the hip. And slowly let's lower back onto our knees, turn the knees out, heels in, and let's come to our child's pose. Go ahead and make its way down to the floor, connecting to the ground. One more breath. We roll onto our hands and knees, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. So we're coming to that bird and dog. So we're just going to take one leg and stretch the opposite arm and take a big breath in. Pull the belly in. Exhalation, switch, lower down. Inhalation, the other arm and the other leg. And exhalation, slowly come back down. So we're going to alternate and find the rhythm of your breath. Focus on the squeeze of the glutes, the hamstrings. It's not about the depth. It's about the stability. Breathe in and then breathe out. Let all the muscles hugging in and we can feel it, the belt. Exhalation. Inhalation, stretch. Exhalation, squeeze. Stretch. Squeeze. Let's go there 2 more times, side to side. Very last one. Last one. Last side. And then come back onto our hands and knees. Tuck the toes, lift the hip back to down dog. And start to walk the hands and feet toward each other to the middle of the mat. You can always stay halfway or fold completely down. We decide. Maybe rock forward and back on your tippy toes. And then come back onto the heels. Lift the toes off the floor. Maybe shake the head. Yes, yes, or no, no. Now start to walk the feet heel toe wider. And just double check the floor is soft. There's nothing behind you can hurt you. And turn the toes out, heels in, and slowly come down into a squat. Again, I was repeating through my observation, but it's not 100%. Is for me, most Asian people have no problem doing squats, and I think genetic, yes. And I read an article about the lifestyle as well. That's how we used the bathroom when we were little. So, and I guess it's already opened up. So it doesn't feel good. Again, sit on the block or come halfway. And then we place the hands on the floor and then slowly lift the hip. Feel free to adjust the position of the feet, and then we're going to go up and down. So exhalation, bend our knees, feel the knees going away from each other, and then slowly come back into that squat. Let's go there 2 more times. Exhalation, lift the hip. And inhalation, take a seat and pay attention to the feeling of the knees and the back. Let your upper body rise. We're going for 1 more. And slowly we make our way back to that squat, and we're going to stay. And very next breath, here's the option. We can try to come down in a seated position without our hands. So we can use the hands as much as we need it and slowly take a seat till we bring the knees then coming to our boat and pull the belly in, shifting the weight. And take 1 more breath and we cross the legs and start to hinge forward. Exhalation, fold. That slowly inhalation, we lean back. And then you can bend the legs, straighten the legs, or open. I call it octopus. Or you can grab onto your toes if you like. And the very next exhalation, cross the legs the other way. Slowly fold. One more time and slowly open. Let's count for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this time your left leg is in front of the other leg. Fold. Inhalation, just the upper body. We rise, plant the sitting bones on the floor. Arms open, lift the chest. Exhalation, a hug, pull the belly in, tuck the chin, release the entire back. I always like to do some rocking. So if that feels comforting to you, feel free to rock. And slowly we open again, breathe in. And exhalation, cross the elbows the other way, a very comforting hug. One more time. Inhalation, we open. And exhalation, your left arm go under, or whichever leg is in front. Hug, or if it's possible, coming to eagle wings. Breathing, lift your elbows, fingertips. Feel free to either gaze or close the eyes. Exhalation, elbows in toward the belly, spread the forearms. Now we're going to go back and forth. Inhalation, push those sitting bones onto the floor and creating a very long spine. Exhalation, round, release the space behind us. Two more, your speed. Very last one. And then we're going to stay in this round back. Spread the forearms. Or option is to cross the arms and see how that feels. Reach for the opposite knees or just release your arms to your favorite position. Very slowly release the binding of the arms. Again, we lean back and take some weight off the hip, lift the chest, or we lift the hip. And I give your body some rocking. I really like the explanation why it's important to isolate one side. Because if we work both sides together, your dominant side will never let the other side work. So we want to rock and feel one arm and then the other arm. And then slowly we make our way down to the hips. However you like, we roll onto our hands and knees. Again, tuck the toes and make our way back to down dog. Free the hip back into the ceiling. Take your time and walk the hands and feet toward each other again. Back to that forward fold. This time, inhalation, come up halfway. Hands on the shins or on the thighs, flat back. Exhalation, fold. Inhalation, we rise. All the way into the ceiling. Exhalation, let's find our chair. Now we're going to stay here. Make sure your knees are going toward the direction of the toes. We're going to add a pause, 5 of them. A little bit down, a little bit up. 4, 3, 2. Last time, hold at the bottom, shift your weight to one leg and send the other leg back. Reach your heart forward. Warrior 3. And slowly we lower both feet. And then come back to chair. Pull the belly in. For 5, 4, 3, 2. And last one, stay holding the bottom. Shift your weight to the other leg. Start to hinge forward. And send the other leg back. Warrior 3. And then slowly come back. And let's add a big stretch and release that position of the pelvis. Squeeze the glutes. Send your fingertips into the ceiling. Feel free to go for a gentle back bend. And exhalation, come back to that chair. Let's pause again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more hold. This time, inhalation, send away to one leg and take the other knee with you. Reach it toward the chest and stretch your arms. Breathe in. Ooh, changing your gaze, it would be hard. Exhalation, wrap that shin with your hands if you like to go there. Pull that knee into the chest. Give the foot some circle this way or that way. Wiggle the toes around. And ground both feet on the floor. Take a big breath in, release. Exhalation last time. Come back to chair. Going for 5, 4, 3, 2. Put the belly in, last one, hold. And then breathe in, and with the other leg, come up toward the chest to make a footprint with the other foot. And then if you like to hug that shin, bring the knee toward the chest, please do. And relax the shoulders, circle the other foot this way, that way. Wiggle the toes around. Just let it go. Let go that frown between the eyebrows. Let go the very tense jaw muscles. Knowing they have nothing to do with this pose. And then slowly come back down. Take a big breath in, and this time we're going to swan dive, fold, and walk the hands and feet away from each other. Down dog. And take your time, we lower back onto our hands and knees. Let's make our way to cat and cow just to smooth everything out. One more time, back and forth. Always find a neutral spine. Keep your hip just above the knees and start to let your upper body melt. Melting heart, or you call it puppy dog. You can cross the forearms and relax the forehead on the forearms, or you can stretch the arms forward. I find it's a little bit intrusive for my shoulders. Straighten arms. About the arms feels just right. So very slowly, we make our way back onto our down dog. Take your time. Now let's take that leg, the leg that is far away from the camera, and let's bring it up into the ceiling. Give the foot some circle this way and that way. And when we're ready, we'll bring that knee forward and foot between our hands. Keep your back knee lifted and slowly rise. Scoop that hip forward. Open, and we're coming to cactus arm, lift the chest. So again, you want to feel a really big bum squeeze, some opening, and exhalation, arms to your side. Lift the back knee just a little bit more. Hinge forward and draw the belly in. Breathe in, circle the arms. Come back to our cactus arm. Exhalation. Let's go back, make a footprint of that front foot, reach the heart forward. Now we're going to go there 2 more times. Inhalation, open. Exhalation, slowly hinge. 1 more time. This time we slowly open. Exhalation, we're going to open to our warrior 2. Now feel free to adjust the position of the feet. And take your time, we're going to add extension and elbow on the side, or you can come higher if it's too much. And the other arm over your ear. I like to look down. It's a beautiful neck rotation. You decide where the gaze is. Turn the palm and start to circle that arm. And that front leg is getting quite a bit of a workout. Breathe in the first half of the circle. Breathe out the second. Keep pushing down the outer edge of the back foot. I like a cue from body pump. Feel like you're ripping the mat apart with your feet. So how strong those foundation of our legs are. Let's go 1 more. Circle And this time when we rise, and slowly take everything back and maybe stretch your front leg and come into that reverse triangle. That's it. Ah, that feels wonderful. Now, when we're ready, we're going to turn the back palm. Keep that gentle side bend. Let the back arm come up and meet the top hand. The fingertips gently tap. Exhalation, that back shoulder come back down just a little bit more. Inhalation, we rise, connect. Exhalation, slide. Let's go there 2 more times. Inhalation. Exhalation. Your last one. Now from here, maybe connect, lace the fingers, and draw the index finger to the corner of the ceiling. Slowly come back to the center. Tip top the toes so we're centered. Hands in front of the heart and knees away from each other. Again, we're coming to that goddess. Hands on the knees. And then we take a standing cat and cow. So send the sitting bones back. Hands are anchoring. And then reach heart forward. Breathe in. Exhalation, we're pushing onto hands around the spine. We tuck the chin in. So breathe in, a standing cow. Breathe out, a standing cat. Is the body too hot? Breathe out through your mouth. And for me, congested still, breathe out through the mouth. And one more time. And come back to cow. And slowly walk the hands down. Adjust the feet to wide leg forward. Fold and feel free to let your body fold. And very slowly as we walk back, feel free to walk your hands to the other side or whichever direction we're facing. And then we're going to take that back foot in. And let's come back to that forward fold. Turn your toes out, heels in, knees tracking away from each other, back to that squat. See how that feels. We're going to try to repeat the same thing, and it takes practice, just like me and the homeschool band I joined as a parent. It might take a little bit longer for us as adults to master a new skill, but it's really good for the brain, for the body, to try something new. And then when we're ready, again, hands or no hands, we're going to slowly lean back and take a seat and come to our boat. Feel that weight shifting. And on the very next breath, cross the legs and take your time. We'll start to hinge. Inhalation, we'll go back. I was telling my daughter's music teacher, I said, because we're in the same band together, we're both brand new. Now, exhalation, go back. And I said, how come I practiced so much and she barely practiced and she's still better than me? But don't worry, we take our time. It's the tortoise and the hare, right? Be the tortoise, be consistent, and be persistent to work hard, but slowly. Let's go there one more time. Breathe in, open, stretch, and breathe out across our legs one more time and fold. However you like to get back onto our hands and knees. Tuck the toes, down dog. Let's work on the other side. So if you're facing a different direction, still the leg that is far away from the camera, take it up into the sky. Three-leg dog. And bring that knee forward and foot between our hands. And keep your back knee lifted and slowly we rise. Exhalation, let's open to that cactus arm. Inhalation, shift your way forward, arms by your side, lift your back knee. And then breathe, open. And another breath, way forward and keep your firm leg steady, knees going over the ankle. Two more. One more time. And this time when we open, and then we come to warrior two. Take your time to adjust. Now this leg is probably already a little bit sore. You always release it or add some more challenge to it. Elbow on the knee, the other arm over your head. Turn the palm, gaze is your choice. Circle that arm. Breathe in the first half of the circle, breathe out the second. Let's go there two more times. The next one, circle as we bring everything back up, sun, or we come into reverse triangle. And turn the back palm when we're ready. We keep that side bend and slowly rise. And connect the fingertips and then slowly soften. In tight inhalation, we rise. In tight exhalation, soften. Going for two more. Very last one. Just gonna adjust a little bit if it's too much. Coming to a shorter stand. Now the very last one, we're going to stay in that side bend. Feel free to send your fingertips to the corner of the ceiling. And then slowly we make our way back to the center. Now tip top the toes and come back to the center. Exhalation, make our way to our goddess. Now this time we place the hands in front of the knees, hinge forward and send the sitting bones back. Breathe in and exhalation, we're adding a rotation. Inhalation, center. Exhalation, rotating the other way. Back and forth, take your time. Go there two more times, side to side. One more time. One more side. Center, breathe in and exhalation, hands back onto the floor, just the feet. Come back to that wide leg forward, fold and stay there just a little bit longer. We're going for a little bit of a flow here. Slowly walk the hands to one leg. Tip top the toes, roll onto the bottom of the feet. Weight onto the hand opposite to that firm leg and breathing, we're adding a twist. Exhalation, hands down. Let's walk all the way across the center to the other foot. Again, adjust and find the long spine, lift the back heel. Breathe in, we twist. Exhalation down. Let's go there again. Walk, walk. And when we find a long body, we twist. And then we walk back when you're ready. And when we're ready, roll onto the bottom of the feet, twist. One more time. One more time, side to side. And the very last side. Now, when we're ready, when we come back, we take the back knee in. And then we're going to sit down now. And we're coming into this cow face. I'm going to face you. Another name is shoelace. So if it's not good, loosen up the shoelace. You can sit on to a block and something elevated. Let's take a big breath in, reach to the top of the head. Add the arms. Exhalation, let's add a side bend toward the top leg. So this hip is sort of being forced to anchor it on the floor. So you might feel a lot of sensation going within that hip. This is a yin twist. Anchor your grounding hand. Breathing, rotate the chest toward the ceiling. Breathe out, rotate everything down. You can place the hands down slowly. Maybe the first one doesn't touch. Inhalation, sweep everything up into the ceiling. Exhalation, sweeping everything down at the gaze. Let's go there two more times. Breathe in, sweeping up, rotating and open. Breathe out, sweeping down. Feel the opening, stretching on the side of the body. One more time, breathing, sweep and open. Breathe out this time. We're going to land our hand maybe on the knee, maybe on the foot, maybe on the floor. Maybe bring your gaze to the back wall. And stay. Very slowly, let's make our way up. You can come back one more time into that counterbalance. Exhalation, bring both hands on the side of the hip. Relax the shoulders. Let's not forget about our neck. We're just adding that neck rotation. You might feel the difference between left and right at this point. Breathe in the first half of the circle. Breathe out the second. Let the shoulders settle. Going there one more time, side to side, and just to balance our left to right. Now, when we're ready, we make our way to the center. So whichever leg is in front, this leg got everything started. We're going to plant our foot. Lift the hip, hands on the floor. The same leg go back into that lunge twist. And then we twisting to the same direction. If this is wonderful, feel free to stay. Or we lower the back knee onto the floor. Let that hip sink and relax the foot. Or If you like more, catch the foot from behind and just getting a little bit of an extra thigh stretch, or you can squeeze that heel into the bum. Now, when we let go of the foot, let's take a walk all the way to the other side. And then we're going to bring that foot in, sit down. And then we cross the other direction for whatever you like to call this pose. Just make sure the sitting bones on the floor. Just relax those legs and let them be. They will adjust themselves. So we take a big breath in, pushing those sitting bones on the floor. Reach the arms. Exhalation, side bend to the other side. Now again, we're going to flow. Let the rib cage move. Keep pulling the belly in. Breathing, rotating. And breathe out, rotating. You can add the sweep of the arms. Inhalation, open. Exhalation, close. 2 more times. Last one. Exhalation. Now let's close and stay. Very next inhalation, let's open one more time. Exhalation, we ground both hands and relocate sitting bones if we need adjustment. Relax the shoulders and we'll come back to the neck whenever we're ready. I'm going there one more time, side to side, and just to balance out left and right. And then when we make our way back to the center, let's go back this leg. And then we're just gonna lift the hip. And when we're ready, send the other leg back. One more time, we twist. And again, anytime, lower the back knee, relax the back foot. You always wrap the arm or catch the other foot and give your thigh a stretch. Slowly, we're letting go that foot. Hands on the floor and send the back foot in. Forward fold. Again, we're repeating the same thing. Turn the toes out, heels in. feet hip distance apart. Last time, squat. Now, whenever you're ready, or not ready, that's okay. Let that hip sink lower, 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 and then flop, and then we come back to that center balance. This is the last time. And place both feet on the floor. Feel free to adjust to the sitting bones. We take a big breath in, then we reach high. Make sure your knees are not moving away or toward each other. And knees going toward the direction of the toes. Exhalation, lean back, pull the belly in. Inhalation, roll back onto both sitting bones, upper body rise. Exhalation, roll back. Let's go there 2 more times. Entire inhalation open. Entire exhalation down. Last time. Last one, feel free to hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhalation, we rise. Exhalation, let's turn toward each other. Let's come into that wonderful twist. Now this is beautiful. Stay here. You're looking for just a little bit more. Shift the weight down to the sitting bones and lift the back arm and rotate your chest further toward the back wall. Feel free to add a gaze. And slowly we come back. I'm going to wrap both arms over the knees. Another hug, protect the chin. Now let's go there again. Breathe in slowly. We rise. Pushing the sitting bones onto the floor. Breathe out, lean back. Breathe in, open and rise. Breathe out, pull and squeeze. 2 more. Last time. And again, and we hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe and rise. Exhalation, let's turn to the other side for that twist. Now again, this is wonderful. Stay. Want to take just a little bit further. We pull the belly in. We anchor the sitting bones and bring the back arm up. Shoulders still away from the ears. We use the muscles to rotate just a little bit further. Now very slowly, let's make our way back. A hug. I love the hugs. Well, slowly rising this time, we're going to lie down as slow as we can. If you want to, as slow, 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 until everything loses control. And there we go. Once we're on the floor, stretch the arms and legs away from each other. So long. Slide a hand behind our head. And bend the knees. Let's come into that lying down cat and cow. Breathe in, toes open, the elbows, toes on the floor. Lift your back maybe a little bit, creating space in that extension. Very next exhalation, we're pushing that spine onto the floor. We lift elbows and knees together. Now we're going to go back and forth. Inhalation open. Exhalation squeeze. Inhalation open. Exhalation squeeze. Two more. And then we're going to add on. Last time. This time, let go one leg and stretch it out. And squeeze everything in together. And breathe in, the other leg, stretch out. Exhalation squeeze. Continue. One more time, side to side. One more side. Now last one, maybe squeeze just a little bit longer for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's slowly relax the feet. Open the arms and feel free to do some windshield wipe with our legs. It's time to let go. And take your time. Let's bring the legs to one direction. Keep your knees apart and then coming into the deer. So they call it supine deer. We just facing the ceiling. Allow the gravity to take over. I love the stretch of the thigh. I can always walk that foot back and see if you can catch the foot with the hand. Or we can put one foot on top of the opposite knee and just to add weight to it. Or some days we like to choose our favorite option. Some days we want a challenge. Today, I decided to go with my favorite option. You go with your favorite option or challenge, you decide. It's important to do things that are different. So we're creating one neuron connection. We avoid repetitive injury. Now let's slowly bring the legs all the way around and to the other side and feel free to adjust. Knowing two sides are always different. On the very next breath, let's make our way back to the center. We connect the soles of the feet. We're making our way to a butterfly. And reach the arms overhead. Let's try this. We're going to try a side bend from here. So, and slowly walk the shoulders and reach the arms and then wrap the opposite elbows. So your elbows are pointing to the corner of that floor. Now this is uncomfortable. You can always stretch your legs out. Or if it feels comfortable or doesn't bother you, we stay in that butterfly and keep the hip heavy, isolating the upper body. Take your time and slowly make our way back to the center. And almost like you walking wiggle with our shoulder blades. Make our way to the other side. It feels good to grab onto the opposite elbow again. Now let's make our way to the center. And feel free to release the arms or maybe also legs. We're going for the very last part of our practice. Bring the attention back within. No outside rewards or stimulation is necessary to make us content and happy. All we need is us and our breathing. And the mind will start to calm down and start to become part of the body and breath.